I'm Sam.
I'm Hillary.
I'm Ashlyn.
And we're the Good News Pod.
Welcome back to the Good News Pod, where we give you updates and information about the people and activities of Goodwill Southeast Georgia. And here we are at the September edition. Can't believe it.
Fall is around the corner.
That's right.
I can feel it. It's coming.
I was just going to say, I know it's controversial to some folks, but we're already thinking spooky season.
Oh, absolutely. I've been thinking spooky season since August 1st.
Agreed. Spooky season is my very favorite, and so I've been counting down.
That's right. Yeah, and at Goodwill, it's one of our favorite times of the year. We're going to have a lot more about that coming up. You're going to have some great costume ideas. We're going to bring in some of our other friends at Goodwill who are key to making our boutiques come to life. But Before we go forward, we're going to start with a little look back at what we've been up to this past month. And one of our signature events, the Thrift Crawl, we enjoyed that just a few weeks ago.
Yeah, it was really cool. This one, we've been doing it for 4 years now. Mm-hmm. And this one was really cool because we hit a part of our territory that we don't really get to take shoppers, more of our southern region with Brunswick, St. Mary's, and our adult boutique at St. Simon's. So I think it was really interesting, and the feedback we got was people really love to experience those stores that they aren't typically shoppers of.
Yeah, I think this was a really great culmination event, especially celebrating on National Thrift Shop Day. But what I loved the most, having been on every thrift crawl with us, is that we keep seeing familiar faces, but they bring in additional guests. Mm-hmm. And I think that kind of widening the circle of our thrift crawlers has been really lovely to see and experience. People kind of telling our story for us and bringing in friends to board the thrift bus and have a great time.
Absolutely. And, those relationships that we've made along the way have just been such gems of people that we've met, to be honest. And we've really seen some kind of interesting creations and finds come out of these events. So something a little bit different that we did this year is we talked to some of our local influencers, maybe folks who do thrifting as a hobby and do some more creations coming out of that. So we just wanted to share with you some of those finds. First up, we have Miss Shamira.
She's so creative. I love what she's able to do with the things that she finds at Goodwill.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she finds items. What I really like is she finds items that I necessarily wouldn't think you could give a second life to. And the way she styles it and showcases it, it really just widens your mind on what you can find at Goodwill.
Yeah, so let's check in with Shamira. She shared one of her favorite finds from the Goodwill Thrift Crawl this year.
I found these pleated trousers, wide legs, kind of like palazzo style with the suspenders. Look at those buttons. So good.
Oh, I love it.
Pleats in the back as well. So good. I love it. Yeah.
Awesome.
Favorite find of the day. And it has pockets. So pockets is always a plus for me. So I am a faithful Goodwill shopper. I love going to all the different Goodwills. I love the thrift call because it gives you the opportunity to connect with different thrifters in the area. It's so much fun. I love networking. And I love just hearing people's stories and why they love thrifting and the joy of sharing that joy of thrifting too.
Yeah, and you shared that you're an upcycler yourself.
Yes.
And you love seeing all your creations on your account. Anything you want to share about that?
Yes. So I am Vintage Admirer on Instagram. I do a lot of upcycle. Actually, Goodwill is one of my main sources for finding different vintage fabrics. I love the variety that they have. I love the bin store, so I'm usually in there finding all the cool vintage fabrics to upcycle new pieces.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for sharing today.
She's so fabulous.
She really is. And we get to see her a lot. She stops by the Savannah outlet where we're based quite frequently, so we get to say hello. But thank you, Shamira, for sharing that find.
Thank you.
We had a great time seeing what you found, really, overall in the thrift crawl. And we also had a chance to talk to Michelle. Her account is Voguely Fashionable, and she found a really great lifestyle find. So let's hear more about that.
So first of all, I got this hairdryer. You see the price tag is $7.99. I had never heard of this. It is called, there it is, Nero. So I Googled it, and it is a Paul Mitchell hairdryer, a salon quality hairdryer, and it retails for over $150.
Wow, that's amazing fun. Talk about saving.
That's right. So I grew up thrifting with my mom, and it has been a great bonding experience for the two of us to do the thrift crawls together. And it's just exciting to be able to go to different stores and meet other people. We are very social individuals, so getting to hang out with other thrifters has been super fun. I'll share this and my other finds later on my account. It's Voguely Fashionable.
I think we all need a professional thrifter hat like Michelle.
I love that hat.
And she truly is. She has been one of our longtime thrift crawlers. Her and her mother have attended lots of events, and I think she really nailed it. She always shares her super great finds, and I love that it was not necessarily clothing items, but there's lots of home goods and housewares and lifestyle items that are available at our stores.
For sure. And, we love to see Goodwill finds, and we'd love to partner with more of you out there to see kind of what you're coming up with, what you're creating. And we'll certainly be looking for that as we go into Halloween. So if you got something that you want to share with us, please feel free to reach out. Any of our social media accounts, Instagram, we love to see it.
We want to showcase your creativity. My mind has been reeling with all the fun opportunities that you have for a really unique, one-of-a-kind Halloween costume. And I know that many of you out there are probably doing the same thing. Halloween prep starts really early, especially if you want to DIY a costume, and we hope to be your home and your place to be able to do that in a sustainable way and a really creative way.
Absolutely. I know, me personally, I have my little Pinterest board of DIY costumes, and I'm already picking out, I can get this here, I can get this at Goodwill, this Goodwill probably can get at Goodwill. So, plan the perfect DIY costumes. Costumes are expensive.
That's right.
So being able to make your own, especially if you can go to a one-stop shop like Goodwill and collect it all in one go, you can save yourself quite the penny. You
can go in with a plan, or you could let the costume find you when you get into those Goodwill aisles, if you will. See what sparks inspiration or enthusiasm in the aisles.
If you're thinking about going out right now, the good news is our boutiques are open now. They opened on September 6th, so you have a little bit extra time this year to really work on crafting that perfect look. We have 7 boutiques across our area this year, and we'll make sure to get that graphic up showing you exactly where all those locations are. But for right now, we'd like to toss over. We had some time to talk with Crystal Lee, our senior unit manager. She's one of the key folks who make the boutiques happen here at Goodwill. It's a lot of people working together. So we got a chance to talk with her about her Halloween inspiration ideas.
Yeah, the queen of Halloween, if you will.
Yeah.
All right, let's see what she has to say.
All right, y'all, I know you're as excited as I am to be talking to Crystal Lee, one of our senior unit managers and our dubbed Queen of Halloween.
Yes.
Crystal, welcome.
Thanks for having me.
We are so excited to see you and talk all things Halloween. Can you tell us a little bit about your personal kind of Halloween favorites? Are you into Halloween on your own, or just because of the passion for Goodwill and Halloween?
Actually, it's really just a Goodwill thing. I used to love Halloween in my younger days, but now it is really just something I love to do here with Goodwill. So every week for the entire year, I send out emails to everyone in the organization, mainly the store managers and their teams, to share on what we keep out of our weekly purge. So if no one knows what our weekly purge is, we're on a color rotation at the store. And so our weekly purge are just items that didn't sell in the last 3 to 4 weeks. So we're just giving them a new home until Halloween. So a lot of why I love this is because of all the different DIY costumes you can make. We all have our own little twists on things to make it unique, right? Instead of just going and buying a packaged costume. So I send out weekly emails for things like this. So this may just be a white blouse with little red hearts, but to somebody, this may be the start of a great Queen of Hearts costume.
Yes.
Stupid, but any one of those would work. So I also, I love these. These are one of my faves. So again, we have just a little floral, summery shirt. And then we have another men's button-up shirt. And we saved these out of our purge for tourist costumes.
Oh.
So that's something fun. Another fun idea. I love to keep solid colored things, right? So with solid colors, you could keep all the purple dresses. You could keep, here's a cute little purple shirt.
Ooh.
And it's shiny, and it could make for part of a witch costume or even a Daphne from Scooby-Doo costume.
We do.
You know, the same thing with dresses like this. You know, I thought, hey, this would make either a fabulous Marilyn costume or maybe even an Egyptian goddess.
I'm kind of seeing Moana too. I feel like you could turn that with some other accessories into a Moana.
Absolutely. And then some of the other items we keep are just anything with sequins or colors, a pop. Again, solid colors that you can just add to your costume, to add that little extra bling and make it more spectacular. We keep a lot of my personal favorite is Barbie. Okay, so we keep everything pink. Everything. Not because it's my favorite color, but you know. We have
perfect Barbie color.
Yes. I have it so much pink, from tank tops to dresses to shorts to pants to skirts, you know, and just everything pink for Barbie, you know, and any kind of Barbie, especially with, you know, the movie that just came out last year.
Yeah.
You know, so you can be your own kind of Barbie, any Barbie you want to be. And I love that.
Yeah, awesome.
And then last, we keep a lot of our animal print. And these are good for, you know, any kind of like Catwoman costume, or if you want to be, I don't know, any kind of the crazy cat lady.
Yeah.
You know,
The possibilities are endless.
That's right.
They are.
Awesome. And these are all just ideas and inspiration for items that you can find at our Goodwill boutiques. If you're listening to this podcast right now, our boutiques are already open. They opened up on September 6th. And they're open all the way through the 31st.
Right.
So if you've done that last minute,
If you're a prepared costume creator, or if you're last minute, we've got you covered.
Absolutely.
You know, we have 7 of those locations. It's going to be in Statesboro, Waycross, Hinesville, Brunswick, Richmond Hill, Eisenhower, and Pooler. So hopefully, wherever you are across the region, we should have a boutique near you. And so one thing that we'd also like to touch on today, you know, we've got something literally new coming to Halloween at Goodwill this year. And I know we have a little bit to share on this end, but it's really the beginning of our new goods program.
That's right. So, Crystal, how do you think some of these new goods are going to fit in with the kind of curated items that you guys have been collecting at the stores?
Oh, because we have all the accessories, all the things. We have black feather boas to add to a beautiful black dress. We have the black gloves. We even have the wigs. Clown costumes, we've got you covered, from wigs to noses to tights to your big bow and gloves. I mean, there's a lot of great accessories this year. If you just want to wear some silly Halloween socks, we've got you covered.
I know, Hillary, you've got kind of like a tiara type veil.
Very spooky, very witchy, if you will.
Yeah, definitely.
Or zombie. Very Beetlejuice.
Very Beetlejuice.
Yeah, and Sam, what do you got over there?
I believe it's 80s, maybe hippie kind of vibe with the peace love earrings and the cute little headband, or it could be a choker.
Oh, a choker. That's definitely
and
throwback.
Those kits are great because that could be like a mix and match. You know, maybe there's one piece that you want to use out of there and combine with something else.
Or if you're like me who wears fun earrings, you would wear these earrings all year long.
All the time.
It's not just Halloween specific.
No.
Yeah, no, that's really giving items a second life. They're all year round.
And then, you know, we cannot underestimate the power of a wig. It can completely change everything. And so we have this fabulous pink wig. I feel like this would go great with that little Barbie number that you had pulled out. Or, you know, cats don't have to be just black ears.
No.
And you can jazz it up and really add a little bit of punch into that. So I think having the ability to grab those new goods and add in the accessories when you've already found everything else, it makes Goodwill a one-stop shop. I think that really kind of upped the DIY game too.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Crystal, any other thoughts that you have for folks that might be heading out to our boutiques? Anything they should keep an eye out for?
No, you can come in, and even if you don't know what you're looking for, we have our costume creators. Just grab one of us. If you see a Goodwill logo, we are there to help. We really look forward to it. Come hang out with us. We'll have our spooky music playing, and we'll find you a great DIY costume.
Awesome. Well, Crystal, thanks so much for joining us today. We really appreciate everything that you and the team does to make the boutiques truly beautiful. And we look forward to celebrating this Halloween season with y'all.
Fantastic. Thanks for having me, guys.
It's always great to hear from Crystal. She always has so many ideas, and she does such a good job collecting all of those good Halloween finds. Be on the lookout for on the blog and social media for more Halloween inspo and surprises.
That's right. Halloween's just starting. We can't wait to see what you create when you find your inspiration at Goodwill.
All right, and now as you've probably become accustomed to, if you're a Good News Pod listener, it's time for the Good News moment. So we're going to pick out our favorite moment, Goodwill style, of course, from the past month.
My favorite Goodwill Good News moment has to be our Survivor Change Roundup Challenge. If you've ever gone to Goodwill and purchased an item and been asked if you'd like to round up, essentially that roundup of change goes directly to our mission. And quarterly, we do a fun little challenge for our stores to keep them motivated. And this quarter, we did Survivor, which is my favorite TV show. And it's been real cool to see all of the stores also get really excited, including people making their own immunity idols and totems. And I'm excited. This quarter, we also did something really cool, and we partnered with United Way to help out with a crisis fund for Tropical Storm Debbie that came. So that was also another kind of good feeling moment with our CRU.
I agree. It was really great to see everybody come together and support those impacted greatly by Tropical Storm Debbie. So I love that we were able to play a small part in that.
Yeah, and in just over 2 weeks, we were able to raise more than $6,000 that's going to go directly to United Way's Rapid Response Fund. And we know we're big fans of United Way here at Goodwill, and we know that those funds are going to do some really important work here.
So if you've donated in store, thank you so much for being part of a much bigger story of impact outside of just what we do here at Goodwill, but locally in our community as well.
Yes, thank you so much.
Well, mine is a little bit of a different good news, but we kickstarted our fall series of CEO town halls. And one of our core values here at Goodwill is teamwork. And one of the things that we strive to do is to make sure that our top level leadership is both visible and really engaged with everyone in the organization from the top down. And so this is a really fun opportunity for us to go visit every single Goodwill site that we have, whether it's our retail stores, our manufacturing facilities, or even our contract sites, and just spend some time hearing from them, hearing what's going well, celebrating the successes, such as winning the immunity item. Is that what it's called? The immunity idol.
We've learned a lot about Survivor, okay?
Exactly. I feel like I'm somewhat of an expert now. So we're able to celebrate those small victories, anniversaries, birthdays, but also really have a chance to have meaningful conversations with our frontline associates. And so it's been a pleasure to accompany Jason Marshall, our CEO, on those town halls. And they're a lot of fun to be back in the store and help support and get to see everybody.
It's also great, at least for my point of view as an associate who goes to these town halls, to really get in front of the leadership and ask them those questions that sometimes you're afraid to, talk to. But when you're in a big group of your other associates and your other friends, it's a little bit easier to have a tough question you've been wanting to ask leadership that now you can't, and it's a safe space to do that.
Yeah, it's definitely good to feel heard, and I think that's a big theme that we've seen already from these CEO town halls. So we're excited for all the new ideas, all the new initiatives that we're going to push forward with some of the conversations, honestly, that come out of those town halls. So I agree. I think that's been a great addition to our calendar here at Goodwill.
Right.
All right, and for mine, we've kind of talked about it a little bit here and there already, but One of the themes this year that we explored in our annual meeting was the power of partnerships and how that really fuels everything that we do, everything we're going to do in the coming years at Goodwill. And we are really getting to see the value of those partnerships, and we're celebrating those relationships. We were excited this past month, to welcome Amazon to our headquarters here on Sally Mood Drive. And not only was it an opportunity for them to be able to use some of our collaborative meeting space, but we also had a chance to give them a behind-the-scenes tour and learn more about our mission here at Goodwill, the impact that each donation has, and even some of our sustainability measures, especially with Dell Reconnect to recycle electronics responsibly. And then those folks from Amazon were actually able to volunteer with us as well. So after learning about Dell Reconnect, they helped sort some of those electronics that are going through for processing. So that was really fun to be a part of that tour, to host them and to see them volunteer.
Yes. And speaking of partnerships, we were able to celebrate our new in-house partner, FODAC, Friends of Disabled Adults and Children, who opened their very first Savannah warehouse here on the grounds of Sally Mood. And that's a great program because they take used medical equipment and different personal medical equipment and refurbish and clean it up and are able to donate it back out to families in need at no cost. And so it's a really great win-win partnership, and we love celebrating other successes and finding ways that we can kind of help push overall our community forward.
Yeah, between Amazon, United Way, and FODAC, we did quite the power of partnerships this month, and it really goes to show that it's not just this month, but all year long, how we're partnering with those people in our community to make a difference around us.
For sure, Sam. It's really exciting to see where all that is going to go.
Yeah, and that it takes everyone working together to really lift up communities. So we're grateful to be a part of that.
Yes.
Well, that is the last word from the Good News Pod. We hope we brought a little more good to your day. And remember, keep doing good with Goodwill.